up for Ryan and Brendan and Wes and Lamar and Liz and Alex and Happy and Sleepy and Rocky and all the other 9,000 people you see. So real quick, I live with Alex, right? And he doesn't tell me that he's doing the snake oil thing. So I wake up one night to get a glass of water. It's like 3 in the morning, and he's got like that beard, and he's wearing like a sweat jumpsuit. And he's got this hood on, and he's just tinkering with cylindrical objects at 3 in the morning. So he looks like the Unabomber. I'm like, Cribs, all right? He's like, I'm gonna give these to strangers. Alex, Jesus. I love you, buddy. Keep that shit up, I guess. This is like I think it's like the 4th or 5th show I've done in this town, and I love coming here because this is a very interesting town because you have such a interesting amalgamation of old shit and new shit, and I think that's fascinating. Like, you guys could be like, hey, where do you guys want to eat? Like, well, we can eat at this Pennsylvania Dutch authentic Amish bakery, or we can go to Olive Garden. Whatever you want. This is also the hippest room I've ever been in my entire life. I feel like I could walk in here one day and you're gonna see Wes Anderson and Bjork just scissor fucking here. Whatever. But it doesn't penetrate her because that's too mainstream, so they just like rubbing. So it just like it looks like a loose bag of fruit like mashing against a mason jar. Like, oh, Jesus. Fine. That's the only picture that I like. Everyone else in there, I just wait and fucking put X's over the Beatles' face. I get it. So, anybody cocaine fans here? Anybody? Besides her dad, anybody? It's a great drug. I don't do it to get fucked up. I do it to make other people interesting. Just like I'm at a party. Accounting! That's fascinating! The worst part about cocaine is that you have to hang out with other people that are doing cocaine. That's the worst thing. Cokehead's the worst group of drug addicts ever. Like, you hang out with all potheads, they're like all happy and lovey, blah, blah, blah. I hang out with everyone on Molly, they're all just like hugging and being whatever. If you hang out with cokeheads, all you get to do is listen to people's shitty ideas. All a cocaine act is a dude chain smoking cigarettes in a backyard like, get this, man. It's a website that lets you buy more cocaine. Try to sleep in the next 48 hours, you psycho. I drink. That's my vice. It's the one that I enjoy the most. I don't know if this happened to you guys, but for me, drinking kind of stopped being fun once I turned 21. Because it's not dangerous anymore, and I miss that excitement, right? Do you guys remember when you would drink underage, the adrenaline rush you would get when you thought a party was going to get busted, right? Do you guys remember when you heard a cop knock, how quickly you turned into Jason Bourne? Happens instantly, too. You'll be at a party, you'll be very drunk, you're like, oh my god, what's going on, man? How you doing? Turn this shit up. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Somebody at the door. There are 3 extraction points to leave this house from. I go on 8 miles. I go 6 license plates outside. Karate! It's not like that anymore. It sucks. Like, I was at a college party last week that got busted, and when the cops took my ID and they saw how old I was, they didn't even take my drink. Yeah, it's just a room full of sobbing 19-year-old girls, and I'm just sitting there like a gluttonous king, like, yes, officer, take them away. I demand someone refill this red Solo goblet with your finest juice of the jungle. Need 4 of these women to play with my balls, and find me Robin Hood. Who wants to be that guy? I don't want to be that guy. I want to be with the sobbing 19-year-old girls. That's way more fun. Oh my god, no! I can't be a teacher in Pennsylvania anymore. That's how it changes though as you get older, man. Like, drinking evolves. And it sucks. You enjoy it for different reasons, but the reason you enjoy it is terrible. It's like when you're younger, you drink to enhance the quality of your awesome life. As you get older, you drink to escape your shitty life. It's not fair. You know, you ask younger Lou, like, hey man, why are you drinking? I'm like, because it's Friday night, who cares? Woo! You ask Lou now, like, hey man, why are you drinking? I'm like, because fuck her, that's why. Like, wants to be that. It sucks. It's alright though, getting older is fine, it's fine. Just getting fucked up. Okay, weed has changed. Weed's gotten way better because I can actually buy it now. That's pretty. That shit is dope. Literally. Okay. It's nice, dude. College was like, I used to get baked. Like, not like let's smoke a bowl and get high. I mean, like, let's do like 12 to 13 gravity bongs a day. Drop out, pursue a career talking to strangers and come to Lancaster on a Friday night. Like, that's the level high that I got. We didn't buy weed. Instead, my roommates and I, we were so broke, we used to play this game called CSI Weed. And that's when you're too broke to buy weed. So what you do is you get on all fours and you investigate the carpet and try to find weed. And every once in a while, you hold something up and you say, "Is this weed?" And then you put it in the bowl anyway, because fuck it, you're not going to get less high. Who gives a shit at that point? Paint chips, toenails, Monopoly pieces, I do not care. As long as you don't pack that bowl with sobriety, I can honestly give a fuck, okay? Since I'm 19 years old, I go to school in Ep2, Pennsylvania. I'm trying to forget everything right now, you understand? This is the worst. This was the moment that I realized I got too fucked up in college. I used to work at a deli shop in State College, and I had to come home a day early from Thanksgiving break to work, and so there's no one there, it's just me, it's desolate. So I decided what I was going to do was, I had never been drunk alone before, so I decided I was going to buy a bottle of whiskey, and I was going to listen to Bob Dylan, and I was going to write, because I'm an artist, whatever. So my plan was to do all that. I was just going to have a few drinks, listen to good music, and write. Instead, what happened was I drank an entire bottle of whiskey and ended up listening to John Mayer's "Say What You Need to Say" 8 times in a row on repeat. It's true. I woke up the next morning in my bathtub wearing one sock, holding a bowl of Captain Crunch that I had doused in water instead of milk. When you black out, it's fun for like a few minutes because you get to play like Law and Order Your Life. Do you know what I mean? Like you get to like investigate a crime scene and like try to like piece together what happened. Like you gotta look for clues, look for receipts, you check text messages. You hope there's no blood. You hope there's no semen. You hope there is semen. Like there's a whole list of shit. The only piece of evidence that I had got from what happened that night was a text message that I had received from my 9-year-old little brother at 5 in the morning that said, "Hey man, way to conquer your fears last night." Great. So I called him to figure out what happened, and I said, "So what happened? Did I conquer my fear of intimacy? Did I get over our parents' divorce? Like what fear did I overcome?" And he said, "No, you didn't do any of that. What you did was you called me blackout drunk at 3 in the morning, and you forced me to stay on speakerphone with you while you locked yourself in the bathroom, turned out the lights, and tried to prove once and for all if Bloody Mary is real or not." That is a true story, okay? You guys see how high my jeans are cuffed right now? I take myself very seriously. The best, like what if it is true? What's he gonna do? He's half the state away. At the best, he's just gonna tell the police a story that no one's gonna believe at all. I just think that's so, I do like the idea that like she would like come to life, like if she showed up that night, been like, "I'm gonna murder this kid," she would have just seen me drinking alone naked and listening to John Mayer on repeat, and she'd have been like, "Oh, he'll kill himself. I don't even know." So I dropped out of college because I was an English major, and that's the same. There's no difference. It's just weird, like, as you I feel like getting fucked up in the real world has been way more intense than getting fucked up at college was. Because college, you're a kid. You just do whatever. There's no consequence. You don't reflect on your actions. As an adult, when you start drinking and you start doing shit, you start having more like, what am I doing with my life moments? And it's not like, has anyone here recently had a one-night stand? Great, so I'll be a piece of shit. Thanks, Lancaster. Thank you. Thanks for that moment, you dicks. Jesus. This guy, you had a one-night stand? Oh, fucking, you're wearing a scarf inside. I don't know, you look like you're slaying puss. Oh, congratulations. Good for you. Anyway. Whose scarf got engaged to? The girl wearing a beret? Oh, that makes sense. I wish I could enjoy a one-night stand. I can't, though. I wish I was dumb enough. Because that's what you have to be to enjoy one. You have to be dumb. You have to be a dumb guy that's just like, put my shit in her shit. So now I didn't go pro in college, and now that doesn't matter because I fucking came on this shit on her tits. This is what matters in life to me. I didn't pursue a passion. I sell real estate. Do this now. I've never had that moment. I always wake up and I'm just like, you're such a piece of shit. Why would you don't even know their name. Has anyone had a one-night stand? Let's start there. Has anyone had a one-night stand? You've never had a good one. You've never woken up and looked at that person and been like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. That was fantastic. Good for you. I always wake up and you don't even know who they are. That is insane. That is a next level piece of shit. Do you realize that? Do you realize the level of scumbag that you have to be to not have sex with someone and not know their name? Like, you just shared the highest form of physical intimacy that it's possible to have with another human being on the earth, and that person is saved in your phone as the location where you met them. How fucked is that? To look a person in the eye that has like feelings and aspirations and hopes and a bother and be like, oh hey, look, it's parking garage girl. Number 2, this is bullshit. It's terrifying. You wake up, you don't even know where you are. That's it. You guys ever wake up at a stranger's house and you have to find a piece of mail to figure out where the fuck you are? I live in Philadelphia. I started drinking there. I woke up the next day like, Denver? How the fuck did we get to Denver? No, we got drunk. I didn't realize we got changed time zones drunk. That's how. Alright, so of the people here that have had a one-night stand, when the deed is done, you shout out answers. When the deed's done, do you stay or do you go?
Go.
Wait, then you can leave immediately. I call her a taxi while she's on top. Like, get the fuck out. Let's fucking go. I had one asshole one time yell out, stay! I'm like, really? What do you do in the morning? Make breakfast and propose, you fucking psycho? Get out. I leave. This is why. Because even though leaving is scummier, staying is way creepier. Think about it. If you're a woman and you stay, right? That means that you're little spoon. Which means you have to fall asleep in the arms of a guy you've known for 3 hours, maybe, right? And if you're a guy, it's worse. If you're a guy, that means you're big spoon. And anyone here who's ever been big spoon knows that you don't get to go to bed. Instead, you get to spend 4.5 hours trying to figure out what the fuck to do with this arm. It's bullshit. And I would like to know who is fighting that injustice, goddammit. I'm all for gender equality, alright? You guys want to get paid the same? I want to be little spoon every once in a while. I think that's a completely fair thing to do. Yes. Great joke. Definitely worth an applause point. I agree. But you guys try to fall asleep with my hair and your nose. You fucking like that shit. Guys lie about one-night stands all the time, and I think that is the funniest thing in the world because guys are full of shit. Everyone has that one macho friend that's like, yeah, man, took a girl back to my place, and I fucked her all night. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You drunkenly made it to your futon, you slop-flopped on her for 8.5 minutes, you came, she did it, you went to bed sad. Congratulations, fuck. Keep that shit up. Just once I want a guy to be honest about a one-night stand, right? Just totally translucent with his feelings. Totally honest with how sad he is and why he did what he did, right? Just one time a guy out of nowhere just like, took a girl back home with me last night. Turns out filling her holes doesn't fill the holes in my heart. Wow. Please pull around to the first window? I don't know. Very strange. Pride you get when you have a one-night stand is fleeting. have about like 10 seconds where you're like, all right, man, I'm living my life. You know, I'm going to bed. I'm going to go on my deathbed with stories, man. I can just sit on the sidelines and let this shit happen. You walk outside and that sunlight hits you in the eye and you're like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Because that's morning drunk. Do you understand? Like, night drunk shit's fun. Morning drunk shit gets real. It's a different animal. You stop having fun. You start, like, really thinking about, like, what are you doing with it? Like, here's a good what am I doing with my life moment. You guys ever leave a building drunk at, like, 6 in the morning, and the first thing you see is somebody jogging? And you're just like, holy shit. That guy's already on tomorrow. Fuck, I'm still on yesterday. Jesus. When the fuck did we get to Denver? God damn. Alright, I'm gonna leave you guys with this real quick. How about a round of applause for everyone you've seen tonight, man. This has been a really great show. Leave you guys with this. This is my favorite joke in the entire world, and we'll see how this goes. By a round of applause, who here is familiar with the term glass bottom boating? Stop! I know you degenerates. I'm excited for the people that don't know. This is gonna be a treat. For those of you, for the uninitiated, glass bottom boating is when you pay a prostitute to take a shit on a glass table because America. And there's a rumor going around that apparently Sylvester Stallone is into this. Yeah, so one night a buddy of mine and myself got very, very drunk and we decided to start doing impressions of Sylvester Stallone requesting this. But we played it up as if he couldn't just outright ask them. He had to kind of casually slide it into conversation and sort of leave it up to them. So that being said, this is my impression of Sylvester Stallone asking a prostitute to take a shit on a glass table. Here we go.
Please.
You know, I was just wondering if, maybe you come on by later this afternoon and, we'll cook you a nice meal and, we'll watch a good movie and, maybe if you want, maybe before you leave, you put one on the table. A year and I real laugh at it every time. It's the funniest thing. So as we got drunker and drunker and the night just went on and it would just get weirder and weirder. It's just like, no, I was just wondering. Maybe you come on by later tonight and we'll discuss the adverse effects of living in a capitalist society and then we'll make tiny people out of whipped cream and celery sticks. Maybe if you want, maybe before you leave, you put one on the table.